Hello everybody. Gonna do another update on my Tomos Bullet A3 restoration. I haven't slept in a while, and you can probably hear it in my voice, and I'm under the influence of severe bunny mind control. So let's go through a quick rundown of what this guy has been through. This is a 1979 or 1980 Yugoslavian-made Tomos Bullet A3. It has been left out in the elements to just neglect, wear, and die. When I originally got it, there were a lot of little typical problems like incorrect carburetor, so this plate doesn't fit correctly. So now I'm going to have to, just chip away at some of this metal after I put on not only a nice paint job, but plasti-dipped the foot pedals. But as you see, this doesn't fit because of all the carb problems. Secondary, I had to replace the old throttle assembly. It was completely rusted to hell and back again, had no return. Now you can see we have a nice clean return, going straight to the carb. And I decided I don't want to spend a lot of money and recycled my old handlebar grips for my bicycle brakes. And it seems to be doing okay. I want something a little bit more full-fingered, but for now, this is doing okay. I haven't restored the lights, speedometer, or odometer yet, but as you can see, I really went in and I tried to do some nice paint and detail work with the red and black outline, but still got a lot of work to do on this rust on the chrome because they painted over it due to the rust, and I don't know if I can restore it, but I'm going to at least try to get it silver again. And we went with black for the support struts for the fender. The gas tank, unfortunately, is still laden with rust. We're going to have to do an inline filter, which you can't see because it's behind this plate, which attaches quite nicely. Now, all the nuts and bolts to hold this thing together, you'll notice, are rusted to hell. I had a really hard time. I went through quite a bit of WD-40 and penetrating oil in order to get all of the nuts and bolts and screws and whatnot completely removed from this, and I realized that this is an M10 threading since it's all 10mm metric. Makes sense. I had some too tired. I had some M10 hex screws, and I used them wherever I could in order to replace the horrifically rusted out nuts and bolts that are typically on here, where you can really see how bad this is. I would like to do some kind of treatment to the shocks. That's just such a horrible eyesore. And the pedals, we got to do something about those. And does it run? Yes. I don't have the muffler on it until I put on the this plate and I get that modified, specifically because the muffler gets in the way of a few things. So once I put it on, I want to make sure that I'm not going to have to mod any more of the framework, so one piece at a time. I have kicked it over. It does work, but at the time I did not have brakes, or a muffler, and being a two-stroke, that's kind of important. So I did not really run it. And as you can see here, we have the inline fuel filter that goes into the tank, which I wish they hadn't added, because now I have a very minuscule gap to add an inline fuel filter, like a real fuel filter. So I'm hopefully going to tuck that into this inner area that's being shadowed by the plate. You can see my fingers tucking in the back over there. But hopefully I'll be able to stick the fuel filter, the inline fuel filter over there. And hopefully this thing, the transmission and the engine's not going to kick enough heat where, shit's going to start melting. So, other than that, this is all coming out quite nicely. But the system is rigged where you need to short the electrical in order to kill the spark. So I'm currently in the process of restoring the hand controls. So we have a kill switch, but I'm not finding a very comfortable place, because if we go right-handed, we have our throttle assembly that sticks out quite far. We have our brake mechanism that sticks out, well, you got to keep a couple of fingers on that. And then, if you need to kill the engine quick, that's just what the fuck ergonomics. So I have the original switches, but they are really in bad condition, so I'm just going to temporarily use them for a engine kill switch. Basically just shorts the spark on the dyno and grounds it so it immediately kills the engine. I will eventually be putting on front lights, tail lights, and all that jazz, make this thing a little bit more safer, and hopefully next video we'll see this thing chugging along. Until then, the bunny mind control says cheers, beers, and bunny ears, everyone. Kerthunk. God, I need some sleep.